From admitting that the Scot kicked his ass the first time they met, to Murray's beautiful performances over Novak, here's everything Novak Djokovic had to say about how insane Andy Murray really is. It's no secret these two tennis stars have had heated on-court rivalries, producing some of the most stunning matches we've ever seen. And because of the time they've shared on the court, they've developed a deep mutual respect for one another. Novak even admitted that the Scot kicked his ass on multiple occasions, saying, "First time we played against each other, he kicked my ass." It takes a lot for a champ to admit that a player could embarrass him, and this shows the level of respect that the Serb has for the Scot. Novak later mentioned just how insane Murray has been throughout his career, saying, "We didn't have much separation in terms of results, in terms of time. Maybe I broke through to the top 5 earlier than he did, but we were very close always. He's got so much talent, incredible grit, incredible mentality of a champion, of a fighter." So why does Novak have so much respect for Murray? I mean, he's played dozens of other great players like Federer throughout his career, but he's consistently shown a high level of admiration for Murray, and there's a few reasons for this.
Lots of respect for him. I like him a lot as a person, as someone that...
Murray has a solid head-to-head record, and he's played Novak 36 times, with Murray beating the Serb 11 times. Now, that's not the best win percentage in the world. I mean, Federer has more than double the wins over Novak compared to Andy. But the wins Andy does have over Novak are very significant. For instance, in 2012, Andy and Novak faced each other at the US Open final, and at the time, both players were up-and-comers. Andy shocked not only the world, but Novak as well, with his beautiful defensive style. Andy had Novak running from one side of the court to the other, gasping for air just to keep up, and he made Novak look like a novice. Andy also showed incredible heart during this match, fighting hard for every point, refusing to give up, even when he was down, and eventually winning in a thrilling 5-setter. And that's not the only Grand Slam final where Murray got the better of the Serb. In 2013, the two tennis stars met at the Wimbledon final, and everyone was anticipating an epic match, thinking it was going to go into 5 sets. Little did everyone know, Andy Murray was about to shock the world. Murray beat Novak without even breaking a sweat. In 3 sets, Murray scored 6-4, 7-5, and 6-4, humbling Novak, and making it look easy to defeat the Serbian superstar. After his stunning defeat, Novak said, "The bottom line is he was the better player in decisive moments."
Especially for him as a British player and crowd, and couldn't be a more perfect setting for them, so...
He was getting some incredible points on the stretch, running down the drop shots all over the court. He played fantastic tennis, no question. It's clear the reason Novak has so much respect for the Scottish star
Definitely #1 of the world. He's the best player.
Is that he's one of the only players in the world who poses a serious threat to the Serb anytime they step on the court. Normally, Novak can defeat any player who's put in front of him. But the Scot was able to throw Novak off his game in the moments that really mattered most. And Murray hasn't only beaten Novak throughout his career. He's had notable wins over other greats in the sport as well, including Roger Federer. Murray and the Fed Express have played each other 25 times, and Murray has won on 11 of those occasions, which is one of the best win rates against the Swiss tennis star. These wins came at monumental moments. At the 2012 Olympic Games, when Murray was fired up with support from his home crowd, he beat Federer in straight sets, making light work of his rival and winning gold in the process. Andy also beat David Goffin at the Davis Cup final in 2015, smashing him in straight sets and securing one of the greatest wins of his career. Oh, and what about the time he smashed Jo-Wilfried Tsonga at Wimbledon in 2016? Murray hit 14 aces to secure the victory over the hard hitter from France. What I'm trying to say is that Murray's beaten the best players that tennis has ever seen, defeating experienced, higher-ranked players like it was nothing. So what makes Murray so formidable on the court? Well, his success all boils down to 2 things: his style and his determination. Murray has a very solid and unique style. He's versatile and hard for anyone to conquer. He doesn't rely on flashy moves or quick finishers to beat his opponents. He relies on strong baseline play, always focuses on getting the ball back to his opponent, makes them run from corner to corner, and forces them to reply until they make a mistake. Murray's style frustrates players, and the burden's always on his opponents to score a winner, which is very hard to do against such a solid baseline player. Murray also has one of the best backhands in the game, and this puts his opponents outside of their comfort zone, which gives Murray some big opportunities. Murray's battle of attrition-based style has been extremely effective against players like Nadal and Federer, who generally rely on shorter rallies to beat their opponents. To top it off, Murray has a great serve, which constantly surprises opponents. He'll score upwards of 10 aces per game, and pull them out when he's in a tight spot. This solid style might not be as exciting to watch as other players on the roster, but the top tennis players in the game have a lot of respect for his playing style, because it's very hard to do consistently, and only very few players are able to pull off this kind of play at the highest levels. In recent years, however, the Scottish star has fallen from grace, suffering injury after injury. He's been through 2 hip surgeries, and among other problems with his body, all of these problems ruined Murray's ability to play at an elite level. I mean, he still tries his best, but he frequently loses to unranked players, and really isn't the player he once was. Despite this, he hasn't lost the respect of fellow stars like Novak, who actually had a few words to say about Murray's career-changing injuries. Novak says that Murray's continued perseverance actually demands even more respect, because playing with an injury is extremely difficult. After Murray's recent exit from the Australian Open, Novak said, "Look at Rafa, look at Andy. They're playing to an extremely high level. We are trying to do the same." Novak can probably relate to Murray, as he recently played with a nasty injury at the Australian Open, which would have put most players out of the game. So, Murray clearly has everyone's respect out on the court. But what about off-court? Well, players like Novak have said that they have a sincere friendship with Andy and that he's a great guy. This friendship, coupled with their clashing styles, has created one of the best rivalries of the modern tennis age. I mean, everyone talks about the Federer-Nadal rivalry, but you have to admit, the Scot and the Serb have had some battles for the ages as well, and they deserve our respect as fans to the fullest. So, from his consistent squeezing style that puts his opponents in deep water, to his ability to stay calm and get the better of his opponents on the big stage, that's everything Novak Djokovic had to say about how insane Andy Murray really is.